Hi everyone, welcome back to another Species Spotlight. I'm Miss Nicole here in the Western Loop at the garden to talk about an unwanted plant in our garden, which is the snake plant. It's also known as the mother-in-law's tongue and the devil's tongue as well. And it often gets called that because it can resemble a tongue and also it can resemble a snake. So this is right here what I'm holding. And like I said, this is a weed in our garden. It's unwanted, and the reason it's unwanted is because it's invasive. It's not supposed to be here. So it's originally actually from tropical Western Africa, but it is a very pretty plant. It's very easy to grow, and that's how it's expanded and become invasive in so many different parts of the world. And it does have a lot of really good properties as an indoor plant, but it's not a good outdoor plant because it can spread quickly, grow fast, and it actually will reach its roots out underground, and it will spread very easily, taking over an entire ground section. So that's why we don't want it here, because it's not supposed to be here. So it's taking up all the nutrients for our native plants. And as I said, it has some good properties. So unlike most plants that release oxygen during the day, this plant actually releases oxygen at nighttime, which is really beneficial as an indoor plant. And these really do thrive indoors. They're very fleshy. They're a type of succulent. And you can see here, they're very thick. They hold water very well because they're stemless. It's just one giant leaf that grows out of the ground. But let's take a closer look and examine them more. Here we can see several growing. We've got a few in here, growing throughout this section of the garden. As we take a closer look, we can examine the leaves and we see that it does look like a snake shape, and it's pointed at the top, and it is very thick and fleshy like a succulent, and it's dark green with the light green horizontal stripes in it. And it grows very specifically. Let's take this one out. So the root system grows out of here, and it's a rhizome root system, which means that they can stretch out their roots and spread very far. So it's important that we pull these up in the garden because we do not want them here. Now there aren't any in bloom here, but if they were to bloom, they would have white, green, small flowers and orange berries. But it's actually kind of rare to see these bloom. It's even more rare to see them bloom as an indoor plant. Even though we don't want these to grow here in the garden, they do make an incredible house plant. As long as you keep them in a pot, they should be good. And they also grow very well from cuttings. So if you see these growing around Key West, you could pull it on up just like I did in this video and stick it in a pot, and it'll root and grow. If you want to learn more about this species or to see what the flowers and berries of this species look like, check out our Google Classroom, our virtual living lab, by registering for free at Keywest.garden/education. Hope you enjoyed this week's Species Spotlight. See you next time.